Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Poetry and the Violin. But now, let's get to this afternoon's program, which is action packed with so many different things. But before we begin, I want to share with you something that occurred. So I tend to wake up in the middle of the night a lot. And then what do? I play my violin. Sometimes I play the viola, depending on the sounds I'm hearing. Well, I was hearing some pretty crazy sounds from my basement. And so I came up with this tune because I honestly thought there was a monster in the basement. And so I did this, I put it down. And then on the Zoom ensembles with Music for Everyone, with all the kids that we participate, that Mr. Woodson is also a part of with me, I played this from all the kids. And I requested, give us your ideas, because I'm having this poetry and the violin thing. Just throw out your imagination, your inspiration. And this one gentleman, Atticus Francie, he came up with a poem just like that, out of the blue, and he put it into the chat. So I'm gonna just play Atticus's poem alongside of a little bit of Monsters in the Basement, just to have the spirit start rolling here today.
There's a monster in your basement creeping up the stairs. There's a monster in your basement conquering all the scares. There's a monster in your basement turning off the heat. There's a monster in your basement clawing at your feet. There's a monster in your basement hiding everywhere. There's a monster in your basement wherever you look, the monster is lurking there. There's a monster in your basement. There's a monster preparing a sweet, 'cause he thinks you'll be delicious to eat.
So that
That was
kind of,
beautiful.
yeah, that kind of gives us a little spirit. Thank you, Atticus. And that was all the kids just chimed in the chat during that session. And then I realized, wow, this is really a great creative experience that we're having here. And we have such a wide range of creators. And so I would like to introduce all of them today. So Dominic Jordan is an inspiration to our youth here in Lancaster. He's the co-founder of True to You, and his mission is to encourage, inspire, and galvanize generations to become the best versions of themselves. An Army veteran, Dom currently works at Lincoln Middle School as a mentor liaison for the Brotherhood Mentorship Program, leading the effort to promote healthy cultural and social awareness. After we hear from Dom's poetry, we'll hear Mimi Shapiro. Mimi Shapiro, yay! Now Mimi describes herself as a visual poet. Her works have been included in collections all over the world, including the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Mimi's, yes, yeah, I know, I'm telling you. We've got quite a lineup today. Mimi's creations convey a sense of time and place. And you'll see what we're talking about.
100%.
And yes, and scenes through the mind's eye of memory, combining reality and fantasy, and it all creates this cohesive vision. So, and another thing, I want to give you a glimpse of Mimi and how like a humble yet like incredible artist that she is. On her website, she says, if you want to find out more about art or poetry, or just want a recipe for dinner, contact me at this email. So
Oh, that's great.
thank you, Mimi, for being here.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. Then, speaking of dinner and
Yes.
great recipes, we also have this fabulous cook, but aka my mom, Frances Very. But no, she's not just a fabulous cook. She's a world-class pianist, and she's won awards all around the world as a performer, and as an educator, as an adjudicator.
Arranger.
And yes, she's also a member of ASCAP as a composer. She's won awards for that. And so really, the accolades are endless, and I'm not the least bit biased. And I hear that Dominic Jordan just made it in the house. Yay!
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm excited to be here.
Great to have you, Dom. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, you missed your introduction that I gave of
And
you.
it was a good one.
Oh man.
I'll send you
I
the
hope
report.
I know it was all kind words.
All kind words. That's right. So, hey, you made it just in time because you're going to start off this show.
Woo!
Sweet, let's do it.
Yes. So, look, we're gonna okay. So we're gonna start off with two works that we created, right? You want to introduce? I'll
No,
introduce.
you keep
Okay,
going,
I'll
keep
keep going.
going.
I'll keep
Keep
going.
going, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we're doing the Red Rose always smells funny, followed by True to You, Dominic Jordan,
Mm.
and then we will welcome Q&A. Everyone, put your Q&A in the chat, or no, put your Q's in the Q&A, whatever, and we will have a brief discussion afterwards. Okay, so Dom, you can tell us about our inspiration. And
Sounds like a plan.
all right. So let's
Let's
roll.
roll.
The red rose always smells funny. If you're born and raised here, you'll probably never know this. But then they load us flower up with seeds of sorrow and horror stories about its thorns. Be warned and then get away as fast as you can before it sucks you in. I remember back when the red rose always smelled funny. They tell me bounce and make something of yourself, but don't ask for help because, well, you left on your own merit, so embrace and cherish it and don't embarrass us. Then when you visit home, you realize why the red rose always smell funny. And those thorns like swords slice through aspirations of forward progress for everything that makes this place so colorful. They swear that they love us but barely utter our sisters and brothers' names while they're breathing and achieving. And even when they do, it's only when it benefits who? Basically, they don't meddle with the petals unless it's November. Or when they settle for a reasonable way for us to play nice together. The red rose still smells funny. I've never been a dummy, but still wonder how I never peeped the schemes. But see, I play chess too. And the best moves are when you're patient and let them come to you. It's my time. It's your time. It's our time to redesign the fate of our red rose. Smelly one.
Dude, you are a poet with the violin, man.
Amen.
You know what? I have to say, when we were together the other night, recording this next work, Dom would just start talking, and it was just, I have to play. I have to play to everything you say, just because you are just a constant rhythmic voice.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I think the energy is mutual, man.
Yeah.
You're riffing, and I'm out here just really inspired to even be in the same conversation as you, man. You made a career out of you doing what you love. And I think that that's what success truly is. And people don't really know that. People don't teach that to the next generation. And that's like my life's work, my goal, if anything, So you guys inspire me. You and Matt, man. Matt's incredible.
Yeah.
This dude will make a drum out of anything.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
I
right.
appreciate you, Dom. Appreciate you, man.
We love you, Dom.
Hey, I love
All
you
right.
guys too.
We're gonna start the next one, and then we'll take a few question and answers after that.
Sweet. So this next one's called Who is Dominique Jordan? I'm excited for you guys to check it out.
Right.
through to you. Potential really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. Potential's really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. We all been through hard times, I just hope you relate. I worn so many hats, who knew I was a mistake. The queen had me at 17, my folk Ella a year after. Swear me and him like twins with different pops hella attached. But I digress, this beat so inspirational, brings me back to focus like that Sunday in every April. When March, all of a sudden the hood out competing with the Joneses. Flies fist for all the kids, but then back to being broke again. My legacy and hope has been the main reason I open up my cocoon. I spread my wings and soon they pimp another butterfly. What if I could turn these negatives to positives and let my pain seep through a microphone? Fuck dog, it's worth a try, right? Cause I got nothing to lose. That's just like bunting when you first at bat. You better abuse that opportunity for all those repressed memories. I get so angry at my past, I never wasted a trip of Hennessy. Never losing sleep over someone who befriended me. Cause I'm always have my 3 brothers and 4 sisters to the end with me. Even if society say they all just have my kin, when they call me, I be an antibiotic to any pathogen. Potential's really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. Potential's really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. Wasting all this ink because it brings me peace. Let my pen cry on this pad, won't let you see me weak. Protecting my spirit at all costs because this journey hurt me. I'm a king, I'm a lion, I believe in myself and I'm worthy. I'm feeding souls with my writtens like I'm Chef O. And I pay homage to my elders that done paved the road for me to choose the way I move to accomplish my goals and manifest every single sentiment despite the no's or the not yes. Try to process all the nonsense, then wonder why I'm so anxious. Don't compare me to no rapper, easily my city's Langston. My length in this lyrical arena has no starting date, but I wrote my experiences on paper since 4 I was 8. My mother was never loved the way she should have been. All the abuse and time wasted that she put up with. Her internal struggles eventually exploded. Depression is a fact when you may never even know it, but it trickled down just like most generational curses do. On my trauma and on my setbacks make me a better dude. So yeah, they define me and I'm proud I overcame so much pain, but that pressure made a diamond all the same. Potential's really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. Potential's really what you make of it. Waste it and the taste is bitter. Talent plus some luck and hella effort equals greatness. And I know, if you don't know, then we know. Your attempt to deflate my ego deteriorates. I've been traveled from state to state. Connections take precious time to finesse. Get on with that. And I'm a tons of snakes throughout this grass. I can't forget that. I spit motivational speeches, create templates for my believers to achieve a Kuna Matata. Brain or being gave a cum laude. Now the good F with me. Blessed be my correction. Jesus and also dream when he said he would drop it and blame for me. I keep my life against complacency. I push envelopes like the mailman. If I fail, man, I hate to see who's up next. Cause I strive way too damn hard to be left upset. And I'm an animal like my tusk sweat. I dibble dab on the whiskey. The Yakos keeps me mixy, but I'm addicted to that feeling that rocking a crowd can only get me. Trying to be like Jigger when I'm 30. I pray I make it to 50. All of the Wale on the now like I ain't they Pharaoh. Let's get busy. Sir Dominic Jordan, the prolific one. With that impact dude.
Wow.
I'm over here like tripping right now. I got goosebumps. Like this is crazy.
So beautiful.
Like
That was great.
that was incredible, y'all. Oh my goodness, Mike, I don't even know what to say, man. Like I'm kind of mad I was in your way a little bit, man. Like I like watching you while you're playing. Like you just be in like another world. I'm like, yo, like this is crazy right now. Like, oh man, dude, like. I get emotional about this stuff because I always told myself like I'm not supposed to be a musician. Like I feel like the world was telling me like you're too old for this. Like we had a conversation about this, guys, before we
Yeah.
even, and just Mike, you the coolest dude. You and your wife are amazing. Y'all, like, the hospitality was amazing. Just the fact that we got to come over and sit at a dinner table and really talk before we even did this. And we
did.
talked about, like,
Yeah.
the fact that the at least in my world, like how I grew up, it almost seemed like I'm too old to, be an artist. When you guys actively do this and pour back into the community, that's like my goal. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to share space with y'all and create something amazing. Seriously.
Thank you, Dom. We appreciate you. Like, it's like that was such an experience.
Such an experience.
Yeah.
You are the diamond.
Yeah.
You are the diamond.
Thank you. I'm with y'all. Y'all inspire me. Seriously. Since I met you, like, you guys inspire me. So I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. So I think we're going to actually continue on, because we have a lot of music, a lot of poetry to hear, and then we'll do some more. We'll do like a big Q&A at the end.
Sound like a
All right?
plan.
That sound good? That was incredible.
Thank you, Dom.
Thank you, Dom.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Hakuna Matata.
Yes. It's a wonderful way.
I loved watching your expressions too. You were part of your live expressions were part of the show.
While you were watching the recording, you were like,
yes, it was great. Thank you.
I just love seeing it. Please send me that video, y'all. I would love to have it.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So we're gonna move on now. We're gonna shift gears slightly to Mimi Shapiro.
Whoop.
Yes, and Mimi, when we first started working together, Mimi sent a quote. She said, she made me aware of a quote of Robert Frost: "Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought, and the thought has found words." I love that. And then she added, "Then the words have created music." So, and that's exactly what happens here with this poem that Mimi wrote called Dreamtime. So let's hear Dreamtime.
There is never anything but the present, and if one cannot live there, one cannot live anywhere. Alan Watts. Some people believe that when we are asleep, we are awake, and when we are awake, we are in dream time. Dreams are a subconscious reality capable of putting in motion what you want in the story you tell yourself. Darkness written down in a dream journal in invisible ink under cover of night. Someday you will bring back souvenirs. Believing in fate, you see people that you do not know yet. These dreams are disoriented inventions. A journey of self, touring in the night, gods transferring their powers like magic or like waves in an ocean through spirit or wind. Is there a moon god that walks with the sun? Continuous change in these mysterious rituals, but you see that you never grow up. You delight in wonder because it's so fleeting. A pause in time, falling into space. It is infinity, reality, and poetry as pictograms for the soul. When you are in dream time, you ask questions, so the answer can appear when you awaken, mirroring the morning sky. Dreaming is a slow motion altered state, traveling to other realms. Dreams so real, you crave foreign food when you awaken. Can a dream be a religious experience? When arriving at Spirit Lake, you must consult the map for exact latitude and longitude. Go there. More questions than answers when starting to understand wakefulness. Flashes of these echo into the day.
I'm always amazed when I hear it. Video is like a miracle.
The
Yeah.
artwork.
Yes, that was all your artwork.
And there's lots of it.
Well, and we'll be more of it.
Artists make art.
Yes, yes. It was incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And we had so much fun, Matt Woodson and I.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. really,
recording
we-
on that one. Yeah, that one actually, the sounds you hear in that's my vibraphone. My vibraphone with the pedal down, so the bars are just ringing, and then a little vibrato underneath. Yeah.
It's very cool. I have no idea how anyone makes music.
Thank you.
I could feel the ripples on Spirit Lake.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
We need to go there.
Love that reference to Spirit Lake.
Yeah. So we're gonna hear another creation based on your book, Mimi, Feather in Mexico. Now this doesn't have poetry, but you reading the poetry, but it includes several of the visuals, and it has proverbs. And a big shout out to Matt Woodson for creating the video to that.
Thank you.
So I think, and we'll talk more about the creative process later. But let's view the experience.
Oh, Michael, the music was fabulous.
Yes.
It just seemed to make the words sing.
Oh,
It really worked well together.
Thank
Yes,
you,
it
Matt,
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
for
Yeah,
being able
no.
to figure this out.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, it was kind of a fun creative process. Like it was in the middle, like
yeah. What time did you record that part?
yeah. Well, it was
Yeah.
probably around 1 a.m. or actually 2 a.m. It was a thunderstorm. It was a big storm, and I just started playing. I actually had an intention to play a gavotte by Bach in the middle of the night, and I kind of broke up the chord, and I said, "Wait a sec, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da," and I started playing, and then I had your book there. I said, I'm gonna just start," and it just unfolded, so I called that piece actually "Spring Storm," but
Yeah.
it kind of and it just went with it, and then "A Feather in Mexico," the rhythms that Matt's
so good.
doing is like isn't that something that we found?
Yes. My inspiration was, I believe it's a ceremonial dance that they do for when they have, I forget the particular thing, but it's a ceremonial dance for the killing of some goat. So it's kind of the ceremonial dance and the rhythms that they do, and the rhythms in like multiple videos that I looked at. The drum that I was actually using, I'll go get it in a little bit. It's a buffalo drum, so it's a nice low deep drum. And if you ever watch people play it, usually it's one person or they have a really big drum. It's a lot of people playing it, and they're all singing these tunes and kind of like, it's almost like Gregorian chant kind of tune like stuff. And then I popped some little polyrhythms over top of it, but it was a pretty cool creation. And also, if you listen a little bit towards the end there, if you listen closely, you can hear some live thunder. And that was what was
Yeah.
recorded under Michael's recording. Yeah. So, you know,
It was
it's all
pretty
very
amazing,
nice.
thunder and lightning that night.
It was. That's true. Yeah.
I think we have to say something about Mimi's
Yes.
collages.
Oh,
Oh, the
Mimi.
pitch. Oh,
Wow, so startling. You know, each
Yeah.
one. It's just so.
Yes,
There's a
indeed.
lot of depth in them, so you have to really keep looking, because if you
Right.
just look, you don't see everything.
Miss it.
Right.
Yes.
This is a very kind of a one-dimensional view at this point. We could see this over and over, which
Yes.
we will. We'll have the
true.
opportunity eventually. So now we are going to take a little break from our poetry, and we're going to hear from Joshua Hunter at Christmas Addicts Community Center. This is a place that I hold near and dear to my heart. Music for Everyone had a lot of activities there pre-COVID. Hopefully, we will continue, and we've done a lot of teaching there. And so, there's an opportunity to donate to Christmas Addicts. You'll see that in the video. But let's hear a little bit about what's going on at the center.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Hunter, and I'm the Program Director at Christmas Addicts Community Center. What a year this has been. COVID-19 may have looked different in each of our lives, but has impacted us all. The Christmas Addicts Community Center works not only to improve the quality of life for our youth and families in Lancaster, but also offers programs and cultural events which preserve and celebrate African American heritage and history in a meaningful way. Food security has been a priority during the pandemic. In order to meet our community needs, we ramped up our food bank to every Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and redesigned our dine-in lunch program, making to-go meals, and that takes place every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 a.m. till noon. In addition, Christmas Addict sponsors community-wide cultural events, including Lancaster's annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast, Black History Month events, and the Juneteenth celebration. Christmas Addicts is currently helping with the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. You may contact us for additional information. We are currently engaged in a strategic plan to drive a thriving future for the center. I ask that you check out the Christmas Addicts Facebook page and complete the survey because we truly value your feedback. We ask that you continue to wear your mask and follow CDC guidelines as we are gearing up to reinstate youth programming at the center. We are thankful for this partnership and hope you are excited as we are for this project. We are humbled and grateful for the continuous support of the center. We ask that if you would like to donate, to follow the link below, and know we appreciate your generosity. Thank you.
So, as I said, Crispus Attucks Community Center, a wonderful place in Lancaster, a sanctuary in the southeast Lancaster city, and it provides a lot of wonderful programs. So the link to donate is in the chat. And now we will be continuing with our program. And I actually, really, I have to say, I do many times when I'm performing on my violin, I think of lyrics that I like to put to whatever piece, if it's Dvorak, if it's Brahms, if it's Beethoven, stuff like that. I actually think, so I really think music is poetry and it's all intertwined. So this is an incredible event. And having said that, I'm going to introduce my mom's work, Frances Very. Now, she has a tone poem based on the seasons, 4 movements. We're going to hear 2 of them. We're going to hear Harvest Moon and L'Hiver. And this tone poem has been restructured from just piano and voice to piano and the violins playing the vocal line, and we will experience spoken word. So let's hear these 2 movements. And then, Mom, you can chime in after the 2 movements and talk about it.
Deep gold and green, brown and crimson. Crimson and gold, green and brown. Glide through the air, falling gently to the ground. Hear the wind song. Days short, nights long. A new goddess reigns on high. Harvest moon, light up the sky. And in its reflection, a story is told. A story once young, a story now old. Harvest moon, light up the sky. is the silence of life. When all is pure and color turns white. All is pure. Neath the snow, light shines bright, star-filled night. Leave there. Nature's queen. Leave there. Nature sighs. Leave there. Close your eyes. Leave there. Goodbye.
Wow.
Yay.
Exquisite.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
The atmosphere you created musically. Okay, I'll stop talking. Go ahead.
No, we want to hear from you.
Oh,
Wow.
it was really wonderful to be able to sit back and look at a creation that I've done. That's a new experience for me. You know, I'm usually I'm playing it. I have never been able to sit back and just observe it. I have to say, I enjoyed it very much. And of course, you know, when we think of the seasons of life, and of course, I remember at the time that I did this, I think you were working on the four seasons of Vivaldi, and that was an inspiration. This has been a timeless thing. The seasons that it comes, it goes, it comes, it goes, but it always comes back, and it's so beautiful. Nature is so beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what l'hiver means?
Oh, hiver is winter. It is winter, and it's the old French word for winter, hiver. And I think it's such a wonderful word, because if you'd put an S in front of it and don't say hiver, you'd say shiver. It's Hiver. If it's S, it's shiver. You know, it's interesting how sounds in one language, and they go into another language, and they create a whole feeling. Hiver, shiver, you know, that's hiver.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we can't wait to the next two movements.
I know.
When will they be
Well,
featured?
Well, I tell you what, we did record all 4.
Mhm.
So maybe if we have enough time as we go out, as we exit today, we'll hear one more movement.
Ooh. So you have to stay until the end.
Stay until the end. You'll get to hear another movement. That's right. Okay, well, we hear summer since we're moving into summer.
All right.
I think, what's it called? Kissed by the Sun. I think that will be our encore if we have time, so stick around. In the meantime, let's move on. Thank you. Let's move on to our next moment where I want to group these two together, actually. Tabitha Weeks wrote a poem, and Tabitha's not here to join us. She's working on a job at college right now, but she did provide a video about the inspiration behind this poem called Colors. So we'll just play her video describing it, and then we'll go right into her piece, Colors. So.
Hi, my name is Tabitha Weeks, and I am the poet who has written the poem Colors. Now, I've written that poem as a Black empowerment, but also a racial injustice awareness poem, mainly because, well, I am in a poetry class at my school, where the majority is white, and there's only I believe there's, besides me, 2 or 3 other Black students. And I really want to convey the the story behind my skin. I want to convey how it felt to be a Black person in America, and just the struggle of having to choose sides between, accepting your skin or rejecting it. But hopefully this poem helps you think about those things which I intended to write about in the poem. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Colors by Tabitha Weeks. Black. What is black? What does it mean to be Black? A slave, thug, prostitute maybe? Maybe it is positive. Maybe it's negative. By what standard do we define this archaic word? What is attached to the word itself? Is being Black more than skin, beyond the surface within? I have this skin, a shade you would call copper brown. My father is dark, my mother is light. Both are Black as I. Different shades under the same name. I like that. Granted, I like all shades. I have met the cultures behind them. Brazilian, Cuban, Jamaican, African, the list goes on. History has sown distaste and pleasure in each measure of Black. None are innocent. Each rope, bullet, word, verdict are stained with blood. Granted, I must say, Black, white, brown, the list goes on. None are innocent. Light colors are pious. Dark colors are heinous. What standard is this? Who started it? Willie Lynch? I would say it goes back to a nature called sin. Black lives matter? Yes. Blue lives matter? What if there's a Black cop? He has to choose. Should he? Black man dressed in blue. Funny, isn't it? 2 colors that can rock a style could bring a man to his knees for a while.
Just want to breathe that one in. And thank you, Mr. Woodson, for incredibly poignant
Video.
images. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And laying in obviously the percussion and
The percussion. It was a dual effort on the percussion, actually.
it was the
With you playing the singing bowl and me playing the rain stick.
That's right.
Joint the percussion section on that last one, but
Yeah.
very powerful.
So I'd like to go right into our final work because it ties in, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this features the three of us.
The band.
The band.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just go into that, and then let's do a deep dive and have some real conversation after that.
Nice.
Okay. So, Walking While Black. Here it is.
Walking while black. It could have been any usual morning, except it was not. This morning, after my usual high-protein breakfast of black beans, salmon, salad, and a bite of eggs, I set out on my 15-minute brisk walk. I don't like to be cold except when I'm heat flashing, so I added a mid-thigh black suede coat to my ensemble. I start walking. I see a white family of 3 or 4 kids and 2 adults playing while waiting for the school bus. Immediately, I feel weird. I feel like a threat. I am black, dark brown. I have dreadlocks. I'm wearing a black coat that could be concealing something bad. This is not my neighborhood, not my state, not my home. I am an outsider here. No one in the family speaks. And I keep my eyes forward so as not to offend or be offended. I feel fear. It's 8:25 in the morning. I worry that someone will call the police about a suspicious black woman walking. As I walk, I wish I had chosen my lime green sweater. It's cute and it seems to increase my innocence. Black is dangerous. Black hides things. I'm dangerous. I could be hiding something. These are the automatic thoughts I notice myself thinking only after I pass yet another collection of white children and adults waiting for the school bus. As I pass this group, a woman smiles and says, "Good morning." I respond, "Good morning." And I smile back. A little. I keep walking. Going down a steep hill, I realize that I've internalized all of these negative messages about black people, about myself, as a threat. I pick up speed. There's nothing wrong with me, I insist, still worried about my black mid-thigh suede coat. You're gonna be okay, I tell myself. I search for a hairband for my dreads, but no luck. As I turn around to ascend the hill, I open the coat. There. Nobody will think I'm hiding a weapon. I'm wearing a pink fitted sweater and an olive cardigan underneath my jacket. I am innocently female. As I huff and puff my way to the top of the hill, I feel a little relieved that all the families are gone. I don't feel like a threat. Still, I practice what I will say to the police. I'm visiting my friend so-and-so. Her address is so-and-so. I'm proud that I remember her address. I worry about my son, about black boys and men walking outside their neighborhoods, threatening, suspicious. Trayvon Martin sits at the back of my consciousness. I worry that they don't have female innocence to draw on, a cute lime green sweater or a tight pink fitted top to cue the world that they are not a threat. Of course, that did not save Sandra Bland. I keep walking. I face traffic. There's no sidewalk here. People who walk are unexpected. Will the dark coat hide me from a careless, momentarily distracted driver? I jump to the side. I arrive home. I go to the guest bedroom. I meditate. I write. This is what it's like walking while black.
Wow.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah. That's what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very interesting. Hearing both back to back, the two Tabitha's and then yours. It's very eye opening. You hear Tabitha's and she's more asking questions. What is it? What is this? This skin that I'm carrying around. And other people, they have this color, this color, and then you're speaking upon, what it is in your own feeling of, you moving as a human throughout, actually in the world, it's very, from like the generational kind of construct, young, and then, someone more wiser and seeing more, days ahead of them, kind of speaking about the same kind of concept and the same, the same message kind of in the way, but it's very interesting always.
Mm-hmm.
But a nice comparison, with the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And I heard all the nuances in your voice. I recognized the pain that was going on, and even today, I mean, sitting beside you, I felt the pain, the worry, the worry.
Yeah.
Whenever you bring up, black boys and your son and stuff like that, and I mean that's a constant thing that I can't relate to. I cannot. I mean, this is something that is just so difficult.
Mm-hmm. And what I was thinking about was the melody.
Yes.
You remember?
Right.
So that was your melody. Why don't you tell people about it?
Oh yeah. Well, I had this old reel-to-reel that I took out of my parents' house this Sony reel-to-reel player back in the early 80s, I guess, or mid 80s. And I remember I was making recordings. And this was something that I played. One bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. And it was from when I was like probably about 17 years old. And I recorded it. I don't know where that tape is, but I never used it until I heard Amanda read that chapter from her book. And then we said, well, we're going to do something to it. And I immediately said, oh, what is it? 35? It must have been 35 years later.
Yeah, from when you were 17?
From 17 when we did it. I mean, now it's more than 35 years.
Right.
But yeah, it was about 35 years later. That melody, it's crazy.
Isn't it something?
Yes, how it's just lodged in there. Music that's going on, the rhythm that it's always, it's like you retain these things. It's just also like what else do we retain? If we retain music from 35 years ago that was in our genetics before, I mean, think about what we are retaining over centuries.
Yes.
As it goes through.
Yes.
I mean, it's scary.
Yes.
And it's also, it can be both.
Yes.
It can bring empowerment and it can bring tremendous fear.
Yes, fear. Thank you for saying that. Because there's a lot of fear as I was walking in that neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And it was also beautiful hearing the percussion in there, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, the whole entire time I was thinking of, in my head I was just thinking of you walking,
Yeah.
you moving, and then maybe, a thought.
Right.
And then you walking again, and then a thought. And then,
yes.
kind of like that
inner person. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And, the last thing I'll say, and then I don't know how you want to open it up, Michael.
We can open it up.
Okay. Is that externalizing those thoughts was very helpful because one of the things I want to be aware of is what I'm thinking, because what I'm thinking is affecting me physically and emotionally. So if as I'm walking, I'm thinking, oh my God, I hope nobody calls the police. Oh my God, are people thinking I have a weapon because I have a black coat on? Oh my God, are my dreadlocks scaring people? It's very stressful. I mean, it's a lot of like wear and tear on my body and spirit. And it was 8:30 in the morning. I hadn't even started work yet.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, I kind of hear that and I think I don't want to perpetuate my suffering, but I also want to let people know, hey, this is what it's like walking while black, after the killing of Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
I just felt so not safe. So, looks like you have some stuff going on.
Well, I think Mark put it out there for any questions. And so let's open it up now. And Mimi and Mom, and unfortunately, I think Dom was having a lot of technical difficulties if he's on in the room.
Yeah, I believe it was popping him off a lot on and off.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, at least we had our moment with him.
Oh.
We'll have to,
Yes,
we'll
indeed.
definitely have to bring him back.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
Yep.
We're gonna have to have a whole afternoon. Yes. We've already talked about it.
Yes,
Mr.
indeed.
Woodson, me and
He's a I call them a closeted artist, and he's very up and coming. He has a lot to say, a lot the world needs to hear.
Yes.
And you can tell. You can tell.
Yes. Yes.
And we were fueled. I don't know how many carrot cakes my mom's gonna have to make.
Oh, fine.
We had some fuel from the carrot cake that day. So let's open it up now. If there are any questions, or Mom and Mimi, if you want to chime in, it says, I know Susan Moe wants to say hello to Mimi Shapiro and hello all while out on the rail trail. Ooh,
that's right. You can take this show
You
with
can-
you. Go ahead, Mimi.
You can go anywhere and listen to music and be
That's
inspired.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, Susan and Michael and Catherine and Lois and any one of my friends who signed up and came to see what's going on. It's always interesting to do and see other things.
Yes.
Makes you think about the world a little bit differently.
And thank you, Mimi. it was very special to get to know you through this. This is wonderful.
Yeah, well, we have such a small community, but with COVID, we're all isolated.
Oh,
So
I
this is
know.
a connection.
This is,
Well,
this is a convention.
Yeah.
I think this has really enabled us, actually, in a way, to collaborate in ways that we may not have been.
Right.
Because I've definitely explored options that I would not have done, or it actually prompted the creative process that I was already thinking of. The fact, oh, well, here we are. Might as well do it. You know, because I love. I mean, I read your books, Mimi, that you send us.
Yeah.
And the ruminating with riffing on Rumi.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the Feather in Mexico. I thought, I want to work with Mimi.
I know.
And I kept saying that to Amanda.
These are our bathroom books.
Yeah, right.
It's okay.
It's where the best work gets done. Let's face it.
Ideas.
Okay.
You have a couple more questions and comments here. We have.
Why don't you read them, Mark?
Yeah, Joyce Mason says, I liked Mimi's collages combined with the music. Yeah.
Thank you,
beautiful. Great
Joyce.
combination. Yep. And we have Miriam Ray saying, thank you for doing this. So impactful for me in my journey to learn and listen. Will this be shareable? The music inspired by these works, art and words.
Oh, yes. We're definitely going to be sharing this. And if you want immediate access to this program, we will be providing an email to everyone with all the links of the performances. But there's a donation of $20 for that. Or more. And that will then you'll have all the links to today's performance, as well as the conversation.
Yeah.
A recording of this.
And if you subscribe to Michael's YouTube channel,
they will be periodically being premiered.
Yeah, you can get little what do you call them? Teasers.
Yeah, there'll be teasers and premieres. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Mark will know more about that.
What is your YouTube channel?
Michael Jamanis.
Okay.
Is that right, Mark?
Yes, yep. Just if you search Michael Jamanis on YouTube, you'll finally he's the first one that pops up. So
yeah, well, he's probably the only.
The one and only.
Well, my dad too. But he does not have a YouTube channel, not yet. He'll have one next week. You never know.
There you go.
And you have a couple more people thanking you here. Susan Mole once again says, thank you, everyone. Percussionist, woohoo.
Thank you, Susan.
Lois Herr also says, thank you for all the beauty and insight. And Susan Mole says, all of us have anti-racism work to do. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thanks so much, Michael.
Yes. Well, thank you.
All of us.
That's right. Well, I think this has been a wonderful afternoon. I think we went through a lot. There's a lot of emotions going on and just a lot of uplifting spirit and deep dive work as well. And it was all through music and poetry and visual arts. It was just an incredible experience. I think the power of the arts, that it just shows you how much it has the power to change. The power to change the world is in the arts. Because what it
exactly.
It can open up. So on that note,
wow,
I think we will close up and we will close out with our what is it? Kissed by the Sun. And Mark, I think you'll leave the room open for a little longer if people want to get any of the links.
So we have the encore.
Yeah, so we have the encore, Kissed by the Sun, and then the room will be open a little longer.
And I'd also like to direct everyone's attention. I put in the chat there, we had a lot of awesome artists and a lot of great programs that we heard about today. I put the links in the chat there at the bottom there for the Jamanis Project, as well as Crispus Attucks Community Center, Dr. Kemp's website, as well as Mimi Shapiro's website.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Okay.
My garden so bright, kissed by the sun. A feast of bright color, a place of great fun. papillon, I watch you fly. Billowing clouds fill the sky. Sweet sounds of laughter heard on the shore. Castles of sand fashioned by hand. My garden so bright, kissed by the sun.
Yay! Hey, if there, I noticed that there was one hand raised. So
Bonnie Schaefer.
Bonnie Schaefer. Yes. If 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 you'd want to fire out a question, or if that was just no.
Okay, we'll let
no talking permitted. Okay.
Talking permitted. Okay, so we'll let you handle it, Mark. If Bonnie would like to speak, if you can unmute her, and if not, that's no problem.
Yeah, Bonnie, if you had a question, I go ahead and enabled your microphone, so you can unmute yourself if you're here and if you have a question, and if not, that's fine too.
Sure.
Maybe while Bonnie is working on her technology, we could say to the Francis Berry, wow, thank you for taking us out on that luxurious cascade of goodness.
Well, look outside. We're kissed by the sun. Although it's day's almost done, but still, what a beautiful day.
Yes, it is a
beautiful day.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, and
see you in May.
Yes, we'll see you May 16th and May 23rd. Yeah, May 16th and the 23rd. Works of Francis Wong, and he will be reading from his memoirs. It'll be an incredibly powerful experience, and we will also hear from myself on violin, from others in the Music for Everyone ensemble as well, and during that period. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Woodson, for all your videos.
And Bonnie said here that she doesn't have a microphone, but she has audio, so she can see and hear everybody, and says thank you for the music and poetry.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you,
All
Bonnie.
right. Bye, everyone.
All right, see you guys.
Bye bye.